I am preparing one of my favorite dishes, prawns and salmon, and this is how you do it. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the tomato and mushroom sauce. So make sure that you heat up your oil and make sure that your pan is nice and hot, where we're going to be frying onions and green pepper. And then I'm going to add a whole lot of garlic because I love garlic. So your garlic can be your diced garlic or it could be your crushed garlic. Normally I use crushed garlic, but in this case I didn't have any. And then in goes my mushrooms. Make sure that your mushrooms are cooked through and through. And then I added my pre-mixed salt and pepper. And then I incorporate the ingredients well. And then in goes my red sauce. Incorporate the red sauce thoroughly because red sauce can actually be bitter. So you need to make sure that it's incorporated very well with all the other ingredients. And because of the acidity that comes through of the tomatoes in that red tomato sauce, I add a whole lot of sugar to the sauce. And then I added my beef stock just for flavor. And then incorporate, and make sure you cook the sauce according to your desired consistency. And once it's cooked through and through, transfer it to a separate dish. And now it's time for us to cook the prawns. So make sure that when you're cooking the prawns, you don't put them or you don't leave them too long on the stove, because the longer you leave them, the more rubbery they become. And make sure that when you're cooking them, you make sure that they still retain that beautiful pink color. And here I added my pre-mixed salt and pepper for taste. And to accentuate the flavor even more, I added my lemon juice in it, which I put a dash bit of sugar actually in it. And then cook them thoroughly. And when they're done, transfer them to a separate dish. Look at that. How great and how delicious does that look? And then now it's time for us to cook the king of kings, the salmon. So here what I'm doing is I'm seasoning it with pre-mixed salt and pepper. And then I also use some dried parsley. So if you don't want to use dried parsley, you can use fresh parsley. That's still fine. And then make sure that your pan is nice and hot. And then in goes the salmon. Look how good that looks. Make sure that when you're frying in salmon, it looks great on the outside, but inside it's still very much in pink. Because that way you know that the salmon is cooked right. And then here, I added my lemon juice to it, which I put a dash bit of sugar in it. And this is the end result of how the salmon would look like. Doesn't that look good? Oh, great. Now this salmon, I'm going to be accompanying it with a very fresh summery salad. Now in that salad, I put a lot of mint because I just love how the mint bursts with flavor. And now this stage is the plating stage. So here goes our ingredients, or here goes all the things that we had just prepared. I love me some prawns, so I decided to put in a whole lot of prawns in there. And there goes that beautiful salad. And I don't know if you can actually really notice that mint leaves I was telling you about. And guys, that is the end result. It looks delicious already. I hope that you guys will enjoy making it just as much as I enjoyed eating it. delicious, I tell you. I accompanied mine with some bit of coconut water. Whatever you choose to accompany it with, enjoy.